Welcome back to a series so annoying, even Pokimane subscribed. In today's video, Hasan has done an interview with Variety magazine, and it is the biggest puff piece ever. He's making up complete fan fiction about how a random waiter at a restaurant talked to him about Israel and Charlie Kirk. This waiter also conveniently paid for Hasan's coffee because he liked his vibe, despite not knowing him apparently. His own chatters are confronting him for completely lying and fabricating stories. He insists it's not fake and that he just talks to normies all the time so he knows what they think. He claims he's not anti-Semitic at all and people are just lying about him. He's acting like a main character superhero, saying that he always calls out wrongdoing like the good guy. Asmongold has responded to him being more popular than Hasan in China. YouTuber and streamer CDogVA has reviewed Pokimane's cookies that are apparently still in business and compared it with random store-bought Japanese cookies. He gives the most brutal review ever, roasting her and her cookies, dumbfounded at how bad they are and how overpriced it is. Subscribe or you're force-fed the Pokimane cookies. Ew.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so now Hasan has done an interview with Variety magazine, and it is literally filled with complete fan fiction. Even his own chat thinks he's bullshitting. Right, so they start by talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Of course, surrounding the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The topic is personal for Piker, who was scheduled to debate Kirk at Dartmouth College 15 days after the right-wing political activist was gunned down on a Utah campus. You would be surprised at how many people believe that stuff, he says, as he mulls the menu options of the crowded Chelsea restaurant on a brisk October morning. When our waiter arrives, Piker turns to the 20-something hipster. Can I ask you a question? Who is the most likely person that killed Charlie Kirk, he asks. I think it was Israel. It seems like an inside job, the server replies hesitantly before heading back to the kitchen for Piker's cold brew. I literally was talking to her about this mid-interview, and she couldn't believe it. She's like, what? You think a lot of people think that like Israel killed Charlie Kirk? And I was like, here, I'll show you. And I straight up turned to the waiter and I was like, hey man, you heard about this Charlie Kirk stuff, right? And he was like, yeah. Who do you think did it? He said straight up Israel. Is that true, Lamau? Yeah, that was true. Guys, of course it's true. It's because I talk to people all the time. It's not fake. Like when I say I talk to people, regular folks on a daily basis, this is what I mean. And I think many people don't do that. Many people don't just go out and talk to random people like they are regular people. That's part of the reason why I love talking to Uber drivers in general as well. That's another reason, because regular folks got some crazy ass theories. I don't talk to Uber drivers because I'm live. I talk to Uber drivers when I'm offline as well.
It's not fake, guys. I'm not making up a story. Please believe me. Everyone is really just super tuned into my streams. You see, very normal scenario. I was having an interview with this Variety person, and conveniently, this waiter came up and started talking to me about Israel. Very tuned in, you know? Apparently, the waiter thought Israel was involved in the Charlie Kirk assassination. I mean, at least if you're gonna bullshit, tell a story that would be somewhat believable. No fucking normie random waiter at a restaurant is coming to that conclusion. Most people probably just know what the news told them, and they would think that it was Tyler Robinson, the shooter that killed Charlie Kirk. And a lot of the discourse surrounding that was whether he was left-wing or right-wing, but then the bullet engravings, the furry stuff, the Antifa stuff, the trans partner, I want to protect you, my love, to the trans partner, testimonies from his mom and friends, all indicated that it was a radical lefty nut job, something that Hasan did not want to acknowledge because that's literally his audience. Also, I'm just gonna say, nobody's buying this bullshit story that your journalist friend is cooking up. Is this Taylor Lorenz again, bro? Is this another 50-year-old cat lady just simping for you? Also, oh my god, bro, he keeps trying to say that, hey guys, I'm totally not out of touch. I talk to the normies. I talk to the poor people, guys. I'm not a rich, out of touch multimillionaire living in my mansion. I talk to Uber drivers. Congrats, Hasan. You're officially 2% human. So after this, Hasan claims that the waiter just conveniently decided to pay for his coffee for no reason, you know, just out of nowhere. Apparently, he just liked Hasan's vibe. You know that normal scenario that happens to everybody? The waiter comes and pays for your coffee.
With our waiter out of earshot, Piker drops his voice discreetly. Israel did not kill Charlie Kirk. That's insane, he says. I did that for you because you were shocked. When the waiter returns with our order, he tells Piker that he's comping the cold brew. Wait, why? Piker asks. I just like your vibe, the server says.
Ah, yes. I just like your vibe, Hasan. Your vibe is just so awesome. Your style. Just you emanate so much coolness, actually. So this random waiter, guys, in a random restaurant, who's not even a Hasan fan, he just called this random waiter and they started talking about Israel or whatever, right? So Hasan claims this is a random guy. Somehow he thinks Israel assassinated Charlie Kirk. And also this person fell in love with Hasan at first sight and decided to pay for his coffee. I mean, what the flying fuck are you talking about? Why would a waiter pay for your coffee? This story makes literally no sense. Maybe he was like a gay guy who was interested in Hasan and he was trying to pick him up or something, but that, dude, make the story believable. My God. Listen, there's only a certain group of fucking idiots dumb enough to actually pay for a multi-millionaire champagne socialist coffee, and that's probably Hasan fans, not a random waiter who's probably living paycheck to paycheck trying to pay for like a rent or something. But no, guys, Hasan's aura, Hasan's main character energy was just too much, so this guy just decided, like, even though he apparently disagrees with him or something, decided to pay for his coffee. I mean, just shut the fuck up, dude. Your lies are getting so ridiculous. Right, so then his chatters confront him for just straight up bullshitting. Not even the Hasan Piker brainwash fans are falling for this.
What's up with all these fanfic style interviews with you? What are the chances of this interaction happening perfectly with this interaction? This interview is going to end with and everyone clap. I know it sounds unbelievable, but if you talk to enough people all the time, you get a better feel for what their worldview looks like. I love that you think this person faked that interaction, by the way. They have no allegiance with me. Why would they do that? You only get this level of cynicism if you straight up have been brain broken, I think, by... I mean, it speaks to the kismet of it all. It speaks to, like, the coincidence of it all. But it also speaks to how much you maybe pay attention to a lot of the anti-Hasan content out there, maybe, because like it's just strange for you to assume that that would be unique. Like I have moments like that on stream all the time.
Ah, yes, of course. I just have moments like that all the time in real life, guys. Haven't you seen me in my room in the Hasan Piker stream where a random waiter comes and pays for my coffee because they're just enamored by me? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're obviously making this up. It's just a fantasy scenario. Apparently, his chatter there watches some Pegasus and decided this sounds like bullshit. Or maybe the more likely scenario, they just used a little bit of their brain. They activated the 1% remaining while watching your streams or whatever, and they thought that, hey, this story is just complete bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. And yeah, it's just my streamer is lying to me again. Also, for the love of God, can this guy stop claiming that, oh, I just talked to so many people, guys. I just talked to all the normies. Millionaire socialist who lives in his mansion and then he only leaves to have parties with other millionaire creators or to do propaganda for like communist utopias, apparently, is actually claiming that he understands the common man. He just has so many conversations, guys. He just talks to all the wages, you know? He just talks to the convenience store guys, the cashiers, the delivery drivers. He's just talking. He's just a yapper. Please, Hasan, just do us all a favor. Go to North Korea. Your next trip should be North Korea, and it should be a one-way trip, okay? Because you love the place so much. No dictators, guys. They're just very nice leaders. Also, did this guy really just say that this like article writer or reporter has like no allegiance? Are you kidding me? If you actually read this article, there's so much schlong sucking. It's like you say squeeze, he says how hard, and you're saying there's no allegiance. I mean, nobody's believing this. Oh my God, Hasan's fan base is so delusional. Crazy to just ask a random waiter and immediately proving your point. Random waiter, guys. Random waiter who conveniently bought me coffee, conveniently started talking about Israel assassinating Charlie Kirk. Random conspiracy on the internet, right? Just this random waiter is just so in tune, guys, and he just thinks I'm so cool as well. You took a crazy gamble, and oh my God, did it pay off. Like if the waiter responded, just a crazy guy, then it would be awkward as hell. Like, what the? This has to be like subhuman IQ, bro. What is this? A goldfish could beat you guys in an IQ test. Holy shit, that article goes hard. I'm freaking giddy after watching this coverage. Taylor, can you stop posting with their alt? Hasan on the criticisms that he uses his platform to promote anti-Zionism rhetoric. These last 2 years, I've been called anti-Semitic. I wonder why, guys. I abhor anti-Semitism, and I've spent my entire professional media career combating it. Sure you have.
You are left with a country that is packed to the fucking gills with the most inbred, uneducated, ultra-nationalist, rabid, Haredi population.
I just happen to be anti-Israel, and that makes me a far greater threat than the likes of Nick Fuentes because they know he's a Nazi. He says, referring to yet another polarizing figure, I don't find kinship with the right because I think there are some on the right that just use Israel as an opportunity to cut through the noise. Right, obviously not anti-Semitic at all, guys. Just conveniently implies that Zionists are all Nazis and should be ran off the streets, and then conflates Jews with Zionism, right?
Any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi, and you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher as if they've ever exhibited any sort of positive feelings about the state of Israel.
And supports 3 different terrorist organizations who literally want to end all the Jays. They literally have it in their charter, and he has no problem with this. Not to mention the harassment against his former co-host Ethan for literally being mad about anti-Semitism. Why are you promoting a man who calls for the murder of Republicans? Because they just don't care. They just don't care. They have their own agenda. How much did his agency pay you for the PR campaign? Celebrating a guy who justified 9/11 as satire, downplayed the atrocities committed by Hamas, praised Hezbollah, hosted a Houthi terrorist, pushes dog whistles and conspiracy theories about Jews, calls for Israel's dismantling, moral decay dressed as discourse. Hasan is the living embodiment of anti-Semitism. You guys have variety of witless fools or vicious anti-Semites yourself, featuring the sociopath. Right, so then he just looks at a picture of himself like the absolute narcissist he is and goes like, oh, do I look good, guys? Not a puff piece, by the way.
People like this photo, by the way. Do you guys think this photo is cool? I was a little worried about how it was going to look. He's discussed about Hollywood's treatment of pro-Palestinian voices who have lost most career opportunities, such as Scream actress Melissa Barrera, whose firing from the franchise happened, he says, at the peak of the panic. Some have been dropped by their agencies, including Susan Sarandon, love her, by UTA, or their labels like Roger Waters, he's awesome, over their Israel critiques. More recently, British punk rap duo Bob Vylan was cut by UTA for leading chants of death to the IDF during a performance in Glastonbury Festival. I don't think that's necessarily going too far, Piker says, of Bob Vylan's actions. I think the moment that you start talking about Jewish control or the Talmud is when people go too far.
I mean, of course he supports the Bob Vylan guy and the death chant, because death chants are just a good thing in Hasan's mind. Because you know who else does that? His buddies, the terrorists he loves, right? They love doing that, actually. They have chants about Israel, and they have chants about America. D to America, right? Specifically, that includes him as well, because these are radical freaks who literally want to neck everybody. And if you remember and you watched the previous episodes, you would know that Hasan was actually arguing that D to America actually doesn't mean D to America, guys, because America is like aliens and they're like super powerful, so it's okay to chant it against them.
We are the fucking bad guys, so of course they're gonna fucking say death to America. What do you mean?
And this absolute ignoramus actually wants to befriend these people who literally want him dead, and his loved ones, and everybody else in America. Delusional moron. Right, so then he talks about how he's such a good person and he always tries to call out any wrongdoing.
Despite calls for his cancellation for his criticism of Israel, Piker has withstood the heat. WME didn't drop me, which I think is very interesting, he says. He was told to tone it down, but he's vague about exactly who told him. He's getting a little too hot is what I heard, he says. Did he heed that warning? No, because I'm very stubborn, and if something is wrong, I'm going to call it out. And if I can't call it out, then I can't do my job. That's my job. That's what I do. So yes, I've gotten warnings, and I'm not oblivious.
Interesting, guys. Hasan always calls out when something is wrong, right? He's just so brave. He's like this investigator whose job it is to uncover the truth, even if it costs him his life, actually. Truly a brave soul right here. Remember when he was going to Gaza to report the truth and then backed out of that?
I might actually take Marsh with me to Gaza.
Gaza?
Yeah.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Yes. I unfortunately most likely will not be able to go.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Yes. The people that I did talk to said that they could not give me security assurances.
Remember when he literally just actively doing a trip to China and started glazing them for stopping him for a meme potentially criticizing them? And I love how Hasan always speaks out against any injustice, any oppression, but you know, 0 words to say about any of the history there, the events, the government, the leadership, any of the potential horrible things that have happened. Obviously, never gonna mention that because he doesn't want to get put in prison. And reminder, even if that was an excuse, number 1, he doesn't talk about it in America when he's back in America either. And number 2, according to him, you should actually go to prison, right? Ela Klein should have not worked in the IDF and instantly gone to prison, right?
You say that Ela could have gone to jail and done a conscientious objection instead of joining the army. Why do you pay taxes?
Come on.
Why do you pay taxes to the United States
This is
government?
your big argument, Ethan?
Answer the question.
That I pay taxes and I'm morally culpable? I know. That's why I try to
Why
fucking
don't
fight
you go to
against this
jail?
goddamn government
Well,
doing
why
this
don't you
shit every
stand up
day.
for your? Hold on. Why don't you stand up for your principles and go to jail for it?
Because it would not actually stop, okay? It would not actually stop.
But Hasan still pays taxes that send money to Israel and bomb Gaza, of course. So obviously a man who just does not stand by anything he believes in. I'll tell you the reality of the matter. Hasan always calls out things that are wrong. Only in America, of course. If it's something related to America, he'll be instantly there to jump on it. Because in America, he's actually free to call for the debts of senators, landlords, capitalists, political opponents, YouTube drama enemies like Ela Klein, calling her a valid military target. That's all okay. But he won't call out wrongdoing of the USSR, for example. Stalin, great guy. Big buddy of Hasan Piker, seems like. Kim Jong-un, swell guy. Another pal of Diddy Piker here. Right, so then the article brings up Hasan's #1 simp, Taylor Lorenz. I don't know if this is a self-insert. I don't know if she's like a shadow co-writer or something here, because goddamn, she always comes up, man.
Journalist Taylor Lorenz, a friend of Piker's who has covered the subject of internet harassment for 15 years, says that he is unique in the breadth of his haters, from Vice President J.D. Vance to Democratic Representative Richie Torres. Hasan is a very particular strain of politics, which is leftism that is attacked by both mainstream centrist Democrats, bad faith left-wing actors, the right wing, and just internet trolls, Lorenz says. And he's on the most dramatic platform possible, Twitch, which has the most parasocial fan base of any platform. He gets the entire internet weaponized against him. He is the only straight man I've ever seen that has been gamer-gated. Earlier this year, that's such a funny line. That's true. I'm the first male victim of like actual successful objectification. I'm the first male victim of Gamergate. It's true though. It's literally so stupid.
Oh my god, bro. Taylor is still simping to this day. Keep it in your pants, Taylor. My god. Have some shame, you disgusting freak. Your drool is getting all over the screen right now. I need to wipe it. Right now, bro. Bro, oh my god. She's probably gonna replay this clip of Hasan reading this section about her 50 times and then start jacking it. Fucking weirdo with the psychosexual obsession with him, obviously. Unlimited glaze. And what did she even say there? Gamergated? How is it gamergated to call someone's radical political stances out and radical viewpoints on everything? So criticizing Hasan for supporting terrorists is apparently gamergating him. I mean, I don't know how that makes any sense, because this isn't like some like anti-woke, anti-feminism movement or whatever the hell you think it is. This is just people calling out Hasan for being a complete fucking pathological liar, psychopath, moron. Right, so then he talks about how Superman is actually all about Israel.
When Superman opened on July 11th, Piker made viral the idea that the fictional nation of Baravia is a stand-in for Israel. In the film, Baravia, backed by U.S.-made weaponry, drops bombs on and oppresses his desert neighbor, prompting Superman to intercede. Gunn has since denied that the plotline has anything to do with the Middle East. James Gunn is a lot more woke than he lets on, and he lets on how woke he is all the time, Piker says, still certain of the director and DC chief's intention.
Of course, it's all about Israel. Can this man eat like a bowl of cereal without manifesting the cereal, like spelling out Israel or something, dude? Oh my god, it's in my cereal, guys. Israel sabotaged my cereal. They're trying to poison me. Like, what is with you, man? Like, we get it, okay? You're such a bore. You're such a grifter. It's actually crazy. You don't care. You don't. Right, so he continues in this tweet, and he has a very interesting statement here. Hasan pushes back on James Gunn's claim that the storyline in Superman has nothing to do with the Middle East. Lex Luthor is cutting a direct contact with Baravia to extract natural resources and then also have a testing ground for their weapons. I mean, that's literally what we do. Gaza is a weapons laboratory. That's how imperialism works. The Twitch streamer ultimately gave a thumbs up to the actor who suited up as the latest Man of Steel. David Cornsweet, from what I understand, is Jewish, and he's very cool. Just okay, he's not like pro-Israel or anything like that as far as I've seen. Yeah, he's Jewish, guys, but he's actually very cool. What is the implication there, Hasan? What is the implication? The definitely not anti-Semite here goes, he's Jewish, but he's also cool guy. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? Can you speak like a normal human? Telling the person who made the movie what the movie is about is insane. No, bro. He will tell fucking Oda what One Piece is about, bro. It's actually supporting my politics. That's why I love it. Vinland Saga, very, very cool anime. They definitely watch my stream, and that's why they wrote this show. It's totally in support of my politics. They also love terrorists. You see, Luffy's a terrorist, just like the people I love. It was obviously an allegory for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the war that he supports. Y'all really be deep-throating Hasan today? It's crazy, bro. It's shameless. None of these magazines should ever be trusted again. Like, Variety is a joke. Isn't that the guy who put a shot collar on his dog? Why, yes, it actually is. Right, so then Hasan cooks up another story of this super fan who is in absolute disbelief just seeing Hasan, and they can't even believe their eyes.
Instead of swooning fans enter the real life frame to express their gratitude, a woman dining with her son approaches our table. No, it's impossible. He lives in LA, she says, beaming. And then I kept looking and looking, and it's him. I absolutely love your work. Being a Twitch streamer is a lot of that, he says, of his exchange with the server. I have my ear to the ground all the time. A lot of people in legacy media, traditional journalists, are so out of step with the average person around them, even in their immediate vicinity.
Oh my god. Can you stop with the damn fan fiction? Honestly, you should write like an anime or something. So a woman comes up to you and goes, no way, is that Hasan Piker? He's not real. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh my god, it's Hasan Piker. You're so fucking cringe, bro. You're the ultimate narcissist. How absolutely pathetic do you have to be to actually conspire with this like phony reporter, writer, or whatever, and cook up this just bullshit story, so obviously bullshit. And this moron has the audacity to say that the article writer has no allegiance with me. Why would he ever glaze me, guys? Why would he ever? I don't know, because he's making up stories for you. I don't know, because these article writers are obsessed with the beads of sweat on your chest hairs or something. These are all deeply mentally ill people. Moving on to Asmon responding to him actually being more popular than Hasan in China.
So I saw a video. Hasan apparently was mad that people knew who I was in China, right? 2.6 million views. Oh my god.
Like, they know fucking Asmongold and shit. That's so strange.
Yeah,
No one from China should know who Asmongold is.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Here's what's funny. God. A lot of the Chinese people love me. The man's on vacation still thinking about Asmongold. Little bro went to China thinking he received a celebrity, got treated as another foreigner, learned that nobody knows him, and now learns that Asmon is more popular there. So I was actually looking at this a little bit ago. There are Chinese channels that are just dedicated to re-uploading my videos in Chinese. Some of these have over 100,000 views, and this is on YouTube.
For context, Bilibili is Chinese YouTube, and apparently there's dozens and dozens of videos with 500k plus views about baldies.
The reason why a lot of them know me is very simple. I play their video games a lot. They like that I play their games. And also, what I think is even funnier, a lot of my viewpoints and the types of things that should and should not be included in video games, you know who agrees with me on that a lot? Chinese people. Go to China, praise it like he's first from baby. Their fans, your antithesis creator on Twitch, Asmongold. Complain about people knowing Asmongold. Chinese people know about Hasan shocking his dog. Is this... Electric dog. You electrocuted your dog. Yo, it's the guy who electrocutes dogs. It just won't go away.
Okay, that is absolute cinema. Okay, that is exactly what we want, where the entire world basically knows him as the dog shocker, right? Anytime he goes anywhere, it's like a bat signal, except it's him shocking his dog. That's the signal, right? His name should actually just be forgotten entirely. No longer Hasan Piker, just dog shocker guy. And hopefully that will be forever his legacy. That and Asmongold, I guess, because there's like a 50-story skyscraper in his head about him. Hasan, do you know who I am? China. Yeah, I heard about you from Asmongold. In China, Asmongold literally has the nickname Heavenly Eyebrow Brother because they noticed that his eyebrows move too much. They're like sentient or something. I think they have like a separate mind of their own. In China, we have a saying, praise the king of cockroaches, protect electric dogs. Have a nice day. No one should know who he is. He's so freaking jealous, dude. It's hilarious. And he still likes to pretend that he's somehow more popular or something. It's just a level of delusion, man. His narcissism cannot cannot handle it. His ego just cannot take it. We got something in Asmongold. If it weren't for Asmongold, probably no one would know who the person who stunned their dog was. Valkyrie, you said his name in your sleep again. Why am I not good enough? Oh my god. That's probably an actual thing that happens. He just wakes up in the middle of the night, goes, Asmongold! Bro probably screams his name during sex, dude. Oh my god. Moving on to Sea-Dog VA. So he decided to try out Pokimane's cookies. They're apparently still in business. I thought it like shut down after the drama. But basically, recap. Pokimane decided to rebrand some cookies and sell them for a ridiculous price. And then when people wouldn't buy it, she said, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
I'm like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? If you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
And basically she was insulting her own audience for not buying her overpriced cookies. So anyways, here's Sea-Dog comparing it to random store-bought Japanese cookies, and it is diabolical.
We have the famous Mina cookies, infamous cookies. And these obviously are Pokimane's cookies. And we have your bog standard Japanese cookies from the store. Deep chocolate, velvet, white chips, and sea salt. And then we have the choco chip cookies. Because I think these were just another cookie that was already in existence with different labeling. So presumably it should taste good. That doesn't look that great actually. It just looks like something you scrape off your oven. It does look like charcoal. But start a fucking barbecue with it. I kind of can't do this one justice, unfortunately. I'm trying to be generous here. But yeah, it doesn't, they don't look the most appealing. So is the deal that they're like good for you? Well, good for you in quotation marks. 7 cookies, 140 calories. Fucking hell. That's why I don't eat cookies. I feel like it's just depressing because I can't have more. Let's try. Maybe we should have kept the gluten in this one. It's like dust. It's like eating dust.
Yeah, that is probably the worst fucking insult possible for cookies. Tastes like dust. Cookies are supposed to be one of the most delicious foods in the entire world, right? And that is apparently Pokimane's cookies right there. And it looks freaking horrible, man. Literally, volcanic rock is more appetizing than that shit. It looks like a disgusting pile of crap, dude. Looks like animal feces. And keep in mind throughout this review that Sea-Dog VA is just about like the nicest person who could review this. Completely neutral party, tries to be objective and honest about things, and this is his review. So after this, he's in such disbelief that he tells everybody else to try it too, and they hate it as well.
I'm going insane. Can you guys try this? Can you see what I mean? Can you just try that, please? Everyone's pulling this face behind the camera. Just fucking commit to the cookie. Yes. Just have it be fucking sugary and like destroy you. Like it's. I'm under no illusions. I'm eating a cookie. You know what I mean? Like, let's not try to make this, 10 calories a cookie. It's like, it's a fucking cookie. Just fuck me up. It's got vitamin D in it, though. It's just like, I don't give a fuck if my cookie is vitamin D. I should be getting that from something else. You know what I mean? Yeah, I should be going outside. I don't need vitamin D from my cookie.
Yeah, I really don't know why she tried to market it as like a healthy cookie, like a better for you cookie. Because first off, that shit is still ass, right? 7 cookies, 140 calories. Now, that would be somewhat okay if it was actually 7 cookies. But if you look at the size of Pokimane's cookies, it is so small that basically 7 cookies is equal to 1 normal cookie, right? 1 normal cookie from any other brand. So it's basically 1 cookie. 1 normal size cookie is 140 calories, and that is not calorie saving at all. That will make you obese faster than freaking McDonald's. The only thing you're buying when you buy Pokimane's cookies is type 2 diabetes. You are speedrunning that shit. And that is basically why you don't buy products from these out of touch influencers. Anyway, so then he compares it to the random store-bought Japanese cookies, and it is tragic.
They look beautiful. That's how a cookie should look. Yeah, that's like factory perfect cookie. All right, we'll see how it tastes though. Someone said do a side by side.
Chocolate chips are bigger in the Japanese cookie.
Yeah, that one's good. I like that cookie. That tastes good. I like cookies. I like it. I like the cookies. Easily for me, I prefer the Japanese one here, just because if I'm going to eat a cookie, I'd rather just eat a cookie. I'm not looking for something that I can snack on. Unfortunately, being an adult is realizing that snacking is how you gain all your weight, and you have to cut that out, unfortunately, if you. So I just don't snack. I just drink coffee. So I personally don't really like these.
Yeah, I mean, that is an actual cookie, right? That is what cookies are supposed to be. Big, yummy, nice and round, appetizing, you know, looks actually good, delicious chocolatey goodness. And I think I remember my favorite one was like Chips Ahoy or something. There were like many variations, but there was like one of them that was really good. Look at that comparison though. You thought I was joking when I said one cookie is equal to 7 of her burnt charcoal cookies. You know, I'm just looking at it there. And that seems pretty accurate, right? Even though the camera angle might be like biased in her favor, I feel like. And even if we look at it from like a quantity volume perspective, I think the Japanese cookie is way more dense and packed as well. I imagine hers is just like fucking airy or whatever, just to skimp out as much as possible. But even if it's not, like the quantity is so little, man. The quantity is so little and it's unappetizing. So then Sea-Dog asks about the price of the cookies, and it is obviously infamously overpriced. But obviously Sea-Dog seems to be a broke boy, unable to afford this.
So let's look at the price comparison of how much each of these cost. So the Pokimane cookies cost no. For how many?
The bag.
Wait, is that because we imported it, or is that because like that's the store price?
I think that's just the store price.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because
No way. No. Like if you were to buy from the store, how much would it cost?
$14. So it's $14 without shipping. Yeah, without shipping.
No.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Is that for one pack? Yeah, I believe it's just for that single bag.
Are you kidding me? Seven. Okay. It's 7 a bag. Okay, that makes way more sense. Please tell us, what is the price?
$1.56.
$1.56 for all of these?
Yeah, the 12 cookies.
These taste great. They taste like so it was like 250 yen?
Right, so let me get this straight. Pokimane is charging like what, 5 times the price for a product that is smaller, that is less appealing, that is less tasty, and sort of worse in every single way humanly possible as a cookie. By the way, just some clarification, the reason people kept saying it's $28 is because you can only buy this as a 4-pack minimum, right? Then there's the 8-pack or the 12-pack, but you can't just buy 1 pack. So when she says it's like $7 or whatever, it's not $7. You have to buy a 4-pack. You have to spend $28. And this is apparently like a copy product from like an existing one. So like not even an improvement or anything like that. In fact, they seem to have made it worse or something. So yeah, pathetic, horrible product. I can't believe it's still in business. I genuinely thought it was shut down the first time this controversy happened. But let's just check out the website. Right, here we are on Mina Snacks. Feel good snacks here. And we got the Pokimane cookies right here. 4.7 out of 5 stars, 500 reviews. For some reason, I don't buy that. By the way, I'm looking at these reviews, and this has got to be like a botted or something. Are you kidding me? Okay, we got one here. Delicious. I've been ordering these for a long time now. I eat them at all times of the day. You eat cookies all times of the day, right? Very healthy cookies, all times of the day, morning, afternoon, dinner. Nice one, Pokimane, really making people healthy here. Also, this is sorted by most relevant, but if I sort at most recent just to see who bought it now, it's the same person and it's 1 month ago. So there's nothing being sold here. Where did Sea-Dog even get this? Buddy found the last pack or something. More than delicious, they're feel good snacks. Nothing fake to make you feel like junk. Just real ingredients that taste great. Snack without a regret. But by real natural ingredients, they mean literal mud from the fucking earth, because that's what it looks like. 40% less sugar, 7 grams of proteins on the pizza crackers. Are they bragging about 7 grams of protein, bro? That's literally nothing. What are you on about? By the way, they had the audacity to put the muscles flex symbol or something. Are you kidding me, bro? No gym guy is buying this shit. There's no way. Out of stock. I mean, okay, this might be like a marketing gimmick, I feel like, because that's what they usually do. Oh, limited time. Oh my God, it's out of stock. Oh my God, you missed it or whatever. Or maybe she created 3 boxes and C-Dog got 1 and 2 of them went to fucking Valkyrie and her friends or something. Because I refuse to believe people actually bought this and are still buying it. Real ingredients, unreal taste. Vitamin D. Yes, I want my cookies with vitamin D. This is in the advertisement, bro. Look at it. What happened to appeal? Like, you make the package so pretty, but inside it looks like that? I mean, I guess the package still has that shit on it as well, but like all the colors are there, you know?
The way I've viewed YouTuber products is that like I want to support the creator and get the thing that I wanted anyway. And if you do it that way, I feel like it makes sense. But if you want cookies, just go to the goddamn bakery or get this, you know, it's kind of impossible to argue otherwise. I'm so sorry, Perky. that is hard.
Yeah, that was actually like the most brutal review I've seen in a while. And this is from a guy trying to be as nice and honest as possible. And even apologizing for just giving an honest review. I mean, pack it up, Pokimane. Your products suck ass. It's really bad when your friends try to help you and they can't lie because your product is beyond saving. Did she send him this or something? If you're a broke boy, just say so. Didn't think he'd actually be honest. Honestly, big respect for this. For reference, a serving of Oreos is 3 cookies for 160 calories, but Poki's cookies are 7 cookies for 140. So basically opting to forego 3 Oreos and be given 4 scraped of their stuffing. But they're also gluten-free and packed with trace vitamins, so not as sweet. So it's really just a marketing gimmick with a price tag that preys on people intuiting that 7 cookies is better than this until you realize volume is a factor. They're basically the same, but less enjoyable, which is the whole point of a cookie. Yeah, I'm just not gonna be looking at the calories if I'm eating a cookie. I'm just like, okay, this is loaded with calories. This is loaded with sugar. This is a treat, okay? This isn't a dessert. This is an unhealthy snack, and I'm indulging right now. Don't try to stuff some fucking vitamins in here. I'm just here to have a good time. Now click this video or you'll become a broke boy. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.